Hi, this is Renee Stanley from Movie Review Relay, and today we're talking about Antman and the Wasp Quantumanium. Before we get started, let's give a big congratulations to the NFL champions, Kansas City Chiefs. And congratulations to Rihanna, who did such an awesome job on a halftime show. Yeah, she was perfect. Beautiful, love her, wonderful. I know it's making some of you mad. She was wonderful. The lip syncing thing always comes up, and I would suggest to you who are not familiar with lip syncing, ask an audio musician, engineer. Most of the time when they do expensive live shows, they're always gonna have many of the mics are gonna be silenced. You're gonna have a few that are live. Most of them are lip synced to keep, make sure there's no errors in the broadcast and things like that. So that's not an issue. Her performance was what we are concerned about. The floating platforms were absolutely fabulous. They looked beautiful on the field. She sounded wonderful. Rihanna has this huge catalog of hits that no one else really has. Well, I shouldn't say no one else. Very few artists achieve that. Very few artists can achieve the Billboard hits this young woman has had. And then you admire, of course, her business acumen. She's a billionaire. She doesn't really have to sing at all. She doesn't want to. Anyway, back to the movies. Antman and the Wasp, came out tonight. And it was a very good movie. I went on fan night. So you can imagine most of the people were very excited to see the movie. So when I asked them, how did you enjoy it? Most of them said they'll see it again. They loved it, that sort of thing. But that's not unusual for the fans to say that, okay? When you see it, you judge it and you let us know. But most of the people had a good time. The theater was about halfway full. 50% of the seats were still vacant. But like I said, it's just the first night. We'll see what happens after. I'll tell you, Paul Rudd is so appealing. He's so charming. Everyone loves him. So of course he's the star. He's Antman. And then that Jonathan Majors played the villain. And I've always said a movie is only as good as its villain. He was fabulous. He enchanted you. He was a menacing presence the way he was supposed to be. That's how he's written. But when I tell you, whenever he came on the screen, people were paying attention. They loved Jonathan Majors. And he is a wonderful actor, okay? Gorgeous looking thing and a wonderful actor. Always got to add that, I know. All 5 members are sucked into the quantum realm, and then they have to escape. That's the bottom line. In the middle of this, we see a villain introduced to us. His name is Kane the Conqueror. He was introduced in the Marvel's TV series Loki. A lot of you may not have seen it. It was on Disney+, but it was a very well-received miniseries. Jonathan Majors stole all the scenes. He was captivating. He was fantastic. He was a menacing presence the way a villain should be. Did I say I missed Michael Pena? He was so cute in the other 2 Antman movies. He would do like a soliloquy or he'll tell a story and he'll say it real fast, And he's a cute little guy. We miss Michael Pena. We could have used T.I., but he didn't have such a big presence in the other ones as did Michael Pena. But yeah, we missed Michael Pena in this movie, we did. I thought they would at least have him in the post-credits, and they did not. I'll tell you about the post-credits in a little bit. We'll spoil it later, but I just want to set it up for you. The film opens with Janet Van Dyne, the Michelle Pfeiffer character. She's down in the quantum realm. If you ever watched the first Ant-Man, you'll see how she was in there. And she's down there lost and she's afraid. Kang, you've crash landed, but you can't get out of the situation because your ship has been damaged. Janet's this brilliant scientist, and she helps Kane get out of the quantum realm, or at least she's attempting to do that. Let me just say that. Very first segment is very short. We then switch to Scott, present day. He's enjoying his celebrity. Some people confuse him as to be Spider-Man, and it's the running joke, it was in the trailer, it's nothing new. What happens is Scott's celebrity, along with the success of Hope, she takes over her father's company, gets interrupted when their daughter Cassie, it's Scott's daughter Cassie, which would make it Hope's stepdaughter, I guess, if they got married or if they did get married. I'm not clear on that, if they got married or not. But anyway, Cassie's like her daughter. So we don't say stepdaughter, whatever, we just say daughter. You do the same thing, I'm sure, in your family. All right, so here comes the call that Cassie's in jail. Evidently, she's been in jail before, and evidently she's a activist, you know? She shrank a police car so that the police would not be able to evict homeless people from a certain area in her community. So this girl has a moral compass. She's trying to help people. You like her already, you know, just from hearing that. Because at first when they said she was in jail, I was like, oh, come on, you know, not another bad girl. I know it's cute to be bad, but no, we don't need another one. We have a couple of bad girls already in stories lines. I don't know if they need to have another one. I'm not sure. All right. So anyway, she's a good girl. She was an activist, and that's why she was in jail. And yes, she did help a lot of people along the way, this young woman. She also gets on her father because Cassie's very compassionate. She wants her father to be more active in helping people. He said, well, I saved the world from Thanos. Didn't I do something, you know, like that? And she's like, well, that's wonderful. It's almost like the Janet Jackson song, What Have You Done For Me Lately? Because Cassie now wants him to do a little bit more. She says, yeah, you did that, but come on, do some more stuff. Don't be complacent. You know, she's telling her father this, you know. Cassie feels the humanity of people who are less than. And she wants her father to feel the same way too. The family gets together. It's the 5 of them, their family. They get together. One afternoon, they're eating, you know, having fun, as joking around, whatever families do. Cassie mentions that she's been sending signals down to the quantum realm. And Janet's appalled. She's like, no, don't do that. It's so dangerous. Why are you doing that? She tries to destroy this machine that Cassie was using to send the signal down. When she does that, all 5 of these guys, the whole family, get sucked into the quantum realm. And that's where the story actually begins. When they get sucked into the quantum realm, they're separated. The quantum realm has different areas, you know, where people can reside. Evidently, Cassie and Scott are on one side, and then on the other side, Dr. Pym, you know, that's Hank Pym, Michael Douglas' character, Michelle Pfeiffer, the mother, Janet, and Hope, Angeline, Lily, are in the other side of the quantum realm, okay? The side that Scott is on, and Cassie, also has a community of rebels. These are people who have been fighting Kane the Conqueror. Some of them, the battles are big and small. Some of them they win, some of them they lose. So that's who they are. When Janet, the good doctor, and Hope arrive at the other side, they meet Bill Murray's character, Kraylor, I believe is how it's pronounced. But I'm gonna just say this, no offense, Kraylor did not have to be in the movie. I don't know what his purpose was. He didn't seem to serve much of a purpose. They just basically sat down and talked to him. He was going to betray them and turn them into Kane the Conqueror. And the big secret is, Janet, why are you so afraid of Kane the Conqueror? The name sounds scary, but we don't know why. Can you tell us what's going on? What happened the 30 years that you were down there? And so here comes Kane Conqueror's minions. But before they could get there, Janet, the good doctor, they escape. All 3 of them, they all attack Bill Murray's guys, and they get out of there before they can be captured. Big fight ensues. Lo and behold, after events unfold, they do get captured. Janet, the Michelle Pfeiffer character, is carried into see Kane the Conqueror. And we needed to find out, and we will at that point, what exactly she was doing with Kang. All right, so the scene now switches back to the beginning, where they show Kang crash landing in the quantum realm next to our girl Michelle Pfeiffer. We find out that his ship crashed, and she's a brilliant mind. She was trying to help him get his ship back together until she found out that the ship was neurokinetic. Now, I don't know if that's a real thing or not, But what it is if you touch the ship, it connects with him and his memories, Kang, I should say him, Kang and his memories, and you can find out what Kang did, even if you're not there because you're inside of his mind. All right, so when she starts to put this ship together with the core, I guess that's like the battery or whatever runs it, the core, right? That's what the name would imply. She finds out that he's done awful things. He's killed people, he's destroyed civilizations. He's a threat to the universe as well as a threat to the world. So that's what her situation is. Maybe I shouldn't help him now, now that I know he's a bad guy, The rebels are attacked, and that's because they have Scott and they have Cassie. And of course, Kang wants those guys too. Once Kang captures Scott and Cassie, he blackmails Scott. And I think this was in the trailer. He said, you know what? Either you get Janet to give me back my core or fix my core, whatever she took, because whatever she took, he needs it to do his business. What is his business? Well, he's ruling time. He's controlling time, the multi-universes, all of these things that happen to all these different people in these different universes. Evidently, he has control over that to a certain extent. So he needs this thing so he can go, gallop throughout the multiverse, So here comes Janet. She's the prisoner now. Janet is the prisoner. Scott's told to get this thing from Janet. If he doesn't, Kang says, I'll kill Cassie. And that's the big threat. Long story short, Scott tries to get the core and put everything back. That's fine. But it didn't matter because Kang did not keep his promise. He's a villain. That's what he do. He lies. The rebels and Cassie do attack Kang to try to, get their freedom and destroy him because he's trying to destroy everybody else. But this man is so powerful. This villain is so powerful. There's not a whole lot they can do with Kang. And so it looks like they're going to do it. It looks like they're going to win. And then, of course, something happens and they don't. They don't really defeat him. What happens is Dr. Hank Pym comes with his ants, because if you remember anything about Ant-Man, Dr. Pym, he experimented with ants. He knows how to make them super intelligent. And they all attack Kang and his group to try to help free Scott and his family and the world, basically. Okay, so we're thinking that Kang is finished, he's dead. But like every good villain, he'll rise up again, which he does. Kang is clutching. He's trying to get his last grasp of life. And then here comes Hope. She finishes him off. She pushes him or propels him with her. Hope propels Kang into the generator or this core. And it looks like she might have destroyed him. But with the Marvel movies, we've said this before, we don't know who really dies, who's coming back. Although at the end of this movie, I'll just say that they said, Kang will return. So evidently they're gonna have him, Marvel does a lot of crossover product placements and stuff. So I don't know if they mean return in the Loki series, because Loki series is going on, or will he be in Secret Wars? That's another Marvel product that they're coming out with this year. Or will there be another movie? I don't know. All right, but they're saying that we're gonna see him again. And that's wonderful because he is a wonderful actor and I would love to see him. The graphics were better in the movie than they are in the post-credit scenes. I don't know why that is. I have to think about it, but you'll see it and you tell me what you think. That's what it looked like to me. All right, so here comes Kang. And you have, an infinite number of Kangs from every universe, every time period. You see these Kangs all in the audience in the stadium. It looks like not thousands, I don't know, maybe millions, whatever it is, okay. But they're all trying to decide what to do with the Kang who's trying to kill the rest of them, all right? Which could be the evil Kang that Scott and them tried to get rid of, or they thought they got rid of. Who knows if he really is alive or not, all right, so. The second post-credit scene is showing Loki Tom Huddleston. And the other guy is Owen Wilson, I believe. Is his name Morbius? They're sitting in an audience and they're watching a presentation. It happens to be Kang. He's in the 18th century at this point, showing off a antiquated or protocol, potential time mechanism or machine. And then, of course, that's the last scene. You know, that's it. Everybody's going home after that. And so that's where it's leaving us. So we know that we're going to see Kang again. We just don't know what the next plot line is going to be. We don't. All right. So 5 being the best, 1 being the worst. Quantumanium, that's Ant-Man and the Wasp. Quantumanium easy comes in at a 3.5. And that's because of the wonderful performances of Paul Rudd and Jonathan Majors. Okay, everybody else was fine. I'm just saying those 2 guys stole the scene. They were the major characters in the film. Until we meet again, it's Renee Stanley for Movie Review Relay. God bless.